Hello again and welcome back to the debate room. Today's topic, annual performance reviews underperform. Pro, just an annoyance, that will be my side today. I'm Kimberly Kielak, a student at Cal State East Bay, and I'm doing this group debate with my Management 3600 class. My fellow group members are Heather Hansing and Scott Harris. This is just a list of some of the information that I have used as far as research and my support today. Performance reviews are fundamentally broken. I totally agree with that. From someone who has 15 years of management experience and supervisory, I have sat on both sides of the table, and I know I always tried to put a lot of effort into doing a review, but I also felt hindered trying to use a 1 to 5 rating scale. There need to be more time actually spent fixing the issues than just filling out forms. You can't just rate somebody on a 1 to 5 scale. From the other side of it, I know, I've received reviews that maybe there was one thing that they were focused on, and maybe I didn't meet that goal, but I, totally exceeded, by leaps and bounds, 5 other ones that wasn't something they were focused on. So it can be very hit and miss from both sides of the table on that one. Employees often leave reviews demotivated. I totally agree with that. I, as a manager, have always tried to use the praise sandwich. I start with something positive. I put in the middle something that I want them to improve upon, and then I try to leave them with something positive. Not every manager or supervisor does that, and I've been on the other side of the table with those kind of managers. It's tough because you don't even know if they know you. Sometimes you feel like they've just got this photocopied review that doesn't even apply to you. Often managers don't even know you unless you've got one of those managers that's a roll up your sleeves and get in there and work with you kind of person. Maybe they don't know you. Sometimes you got these managers that just sit in the office and manage from the top, and they aren't really involved with the employees and don't really know and can't give a clear and effective review. 1/5 of employees accuse their bosses of not preparing the appraisal until they were in the room. I can totally buy into that. I know that wasn't my case when I was, when I was the boss, but I know like I said, it's almost like they just, printed out copies and just filled your name in at the top sometimes. 45% of bosses, they felt weren't honest, and this was out of a U government poll of 300 workers. I believe that, and there can be 2 reasons for that. One can be that, your boss needs you to give 100% the next day, and you're not likely to do that if they just tore you down the day before. And also it can be, you got that boss that's not engaged with you, doesn't really know you, doesn't know what your production is actually like, so they can't be honest. So there could be lots of reasons that there's dishonesty there. So then 29% feel they're pointless. I totally fit into that 29% for all of the reasons we've already mentioned. 1/5 of employees felt they received an unfair proposal. We've kind of already discussed that. I feel like I have received unfair appraisals before, and then there's been times that I've received all 5s and then didn't receive a raise because I was at the top of a pay scale. So, there's so many things that are broken in the system of reviews. Only 1/5 of employees actually believed their manager would act on review items, and 20% said their bosses never did follow up on their concerns. I've been on the other side of that. I know that I've brought up things that I wanted more training on or issues that I felt needed to be addressed, and they just never happened. So, top 10 reasons why they don't work. Everybody hates them. They try to do too much in an hour. You can't solve a year's problems in an hour. Becomes an excuse for not giving feedback during the year. There's a learning curve there. If something happens in June, you can't wait until December to deal with it. You got to deal with it in the moment. Too structured and formal. You can't. It's quantifiable data. You're not really getting a whole picture. It's black and white. Not always connected to promotions and salary. We've kind of talked about that also. Not always honest. Time consuming. Bad managers use them as a crutch, so they don't have to deal with issues all year long. They just deal with it once a year. What should be done? Have them done more often. Make the purpose clear. Continuous feedback. I don't agree to the ad force ranking of employees. So, nobody likes them. They just don't work. I'm Kim Kielak, and I hope I have shown you my point today that they are counterproductive and they just do not work.